Hey everyone, welcome to The Secret to Understanding Fast English Speakers.
Many of you struggle with how quickly native speakers talk, right?
Well, today we're going to unravel that mystery for you. Many English learners feel that native speakers talk incredibly fast, and it can be frustrating. You know the individual words, but when they're spoken together, it sounds like one long continuous blur.
It's a very common perception, but it's not actually about speaking at a rapid pace. The real reason isn't sheer speed, but rather how we naturally articulate.
Exactly. Native speakers don't necessarily speed up. Instead, we use various phonological features that cause words to blend and merge.
This blending creates a continuous sound, not distinct separate words. This continuity is precisely what makes it so challenging for learners to segment the speech.
So your brain expects clear individual words, but with these merged sounds, it becomes difficult to recognize them, even words you know. It's a perceived speed from connected sounds. Exactly, and that leads us perfectly into our next big concept, connected speech. This is really the heart of why English sounds so different when spoken naturally.
Indeed, connected speech is simply how words link together in a continuous flow when we speak. It's not about individual words in isolation, but how they interact with their neighbors.
Right. Think about it like this. When you read a sentence, each word stands alone. But when you hear a native speaker, those words often don't have clear breaks between them. They just blend.
Precisely. And understanding this phenomenon is absolutely crucial for learners. If you expect every word to sound exactly as it does in a dictionary or when pronounced slowly and deliberately, you'll constantly be lost.
It's like a linguistic dance, where words don't just stand next to each other, they actually hold hands, sometimes even change their shape a little just to make the flow smoother and quicker.
A rather apt analogy, I'd say. This blending is what gives English its natural rhythm and pace. It's not that we're speaking quickly, it's that we're using these natural shortcuts and linkages.
So, speaking of sounds blending together, one really fascinating aspect of connected speech is what we call elision. It's truly like a magic trick where sounds just disappear.
Indeed, elision is essentially the omission of sounds, usually consonants or weak vowels, to make speech flow more easily and quickly. It's not that we're lazy, it's just a natural simplification in everyday conversation.
Exactly. Think about the phrase fish and chips. If you say it slowly, you hear the D in ant, but usually we say fish and chips. That D sound is completely gone. It just vanishes into thin air.
A classic example. Another common one is with words ending in T or D before another consonant. For instance, next day often becomes next day, with the T sound simply not being pronounced. Or walked to can sound like walk to.
And it's not just consonants. Sometimes whole syllables with weak vowels can disappear, like chocolate. Many native speakers say chocolate, dropping that middle vowel sound. Or camera often becomes camera. It really makes you wonder where all those sounds go. Okay, so we've talked about sounds disappearing with elision, but what about sounds changing? Because that's another big one, isn't it? And it leads us to something called assimilation.
Indeed, assimilation is fascinating because it's where a sound actually changes to become more like a sound that's next to it. It's all about making pronunciation easier and smoother. Think of it this way, your mouth is already preparing for the next sound.
Oh, I love that. So, an example would be something like good boy. If you say it slowly, it's good boy. But fast, it sounds more like goob boy, right? The D sound in good shifts to a B sound because of the B in boy. It's just easier to say.
Precisely. Another common one is 10 minutes. If you listen carefully to a native speaker, often the N in 10 will sound more like an M sound, almost like 10 minutes. That's because the lips are already closing for the M in minutes. These small changes really help words blend seamlessly, making the speech flow.
Now, let's talk about something else that makes English sound super speedy weak forms. This is such a crucial one, especially for catching those little but important words.
Indeed, many common function words like prepositions, articles, conjunctions, and auxiliary verbs aren't usually stressed in a sentence. When they're unstressed, they often reduce to a shorter, softer sound. Think of to often becoming ta or for becoming fur.
Exactly. It's not I'm going to the store with a strong to. It's more like I'm going to the store. Or bread and butter often sounds like bread and butter. If you're expecting the full, strong pronunciation of every single word, you'll miss a lot.
Precisely. Recognizing these weak forms is absolutely key to understanding the flow of natural English speech because they are everywhere. They're the glue that holds sentences together, and when they reduce, the rhythm changes significantly.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about what makes English sound fast. Now, how about a powerful technique to actually train yourself to understand it better? I'm talking about shadowing.
Ah, shadowing, an excellent method. For those unfamiliar, shadowing involves actively listening to a native speaker and then speaking along with them, almost simultaneously, trying to mimic their pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation as closely as possible. It's like being their vocal shadow.
Exactly. It's not just passive listening, it's active engagement. You're not just trying to understand the words, you're trying to feel how they're produced. This helps you internalize those connected speech patterns we discussed, the elisions, assimilations, and weak forms. Your brain and mouth start to get used to how English truly sounds and flows.
Indeed, by mimicking the native speaker's pace and stress, you're essentially programming your auditory system to anticipate these natural reductions and linkages. This greatly improves not only your listening comprehension, but also your own pronunciation, making your speech sound much more natural and fluent. It's a truly effective way to bridge the gap between textbook English and real world conversation.
Beyond shadowing, which is fantastic, what else can our listeners do to really hone their listening skills? I always tell people don't get hung up on every single word.
Absolutely. That's a common trap. A great first step is to focus on the main idea. Don't try to catch every single word, especially when you're just starting out with a new audio. Listen for the overall message, the gist of what's being said. This reduces pressure and helps you build confidence.
Yes, exactly. If you're constantly trying to translate every word, you'll fall behind. Instead, after listening for the main idea, try focusing on keywords. Think about the nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs that carry the most meaning in a sentence. These are often the stress words, which are easier to pick out even in fast speech.
Precisely. And a powerful tool that often gets underused is the transcript. Don't just read along from the start. Listen once or twice without it, focusing on the main idea and then keywords. Then go back with the transcript, identifying the words you missed or misunderstood. This active comparison is incredibly effective for learning.
Oh, that's such a good point. Using transcripts smartly can make a huge difference. Don't just passively read them. Go back and listen again while reading, paying close attention to how the written words connect to the spoken sounds. It's like having a decoder ring for connected speech. So, to wrap it all up, remember that understanding fast English isn't about them speaking quickly, but about phenomena like connected speech, elision, assimilation, and weak forms.
Exactly. And by practicing active techniques like shadowing combined with smart listening strategies, you'll really start to notice the difference. Consistent effort and awareness are truly key. Keep going, you've got this.